Well, it's an official letter.
Kicking me out of the country by March 30th.
No, it's the first step in a long process. The thing about our government is the wheels are creaky.
You pardon me if I don't take your word. U.S. policy against undocumented aliens is nothing to be fooled with.
Well, file an opposition.
Based on what? My lovely red hair?
Whatever works.
Face it, Lucky, we've run out of options. I'm going back to Ireland. Most likely never coming back.
We should hear from Spinelli soon. Maybe we'll catch a break.
Yeah, well, that's if Sean's intel is good. You think it is?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, I do.
We will see.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Let's get in tonight. You okay?
I've been thinking about motivation and why people do the things they do, especially men like us.
And?
Theo is an arrogant son of a bitch. But this is more than about a father wanting revenge for his son. His ego is wrapped into it. It may have started with Brenda, right? But now he's got her. He's using her as a pawn because he wants to flush me out. He's making this personal between him and me.
I'm getting impatient. Tell me where my grandson is. No more lies. Who did you give him to?
You listen to me. You psychopath.
Do you think that I would ever let a child anywhere near you?
You know, it never made sense to me why this international crime figure would be after Brenda, not the killer, just the kidnapper. And why, after all these years of this cover, why would he blow it by becoming Brenda's lawyer?
To gain access to her.
Yeah, but really, why? I mean, a guy like that, who wants revenge, that's going to be one of two things. He's going to want to kill the killer, or he's going to want to make their life so miserable that death would be a mercy. I mean, no, you throw an heir into the mix, everything changes. This guy is after Brenda's child, his grandson, his family.
Wait, I'm sorry. Are you saying that Brenda's baby might still be alive?
Initially, I think Theo did target Brenda over Alexander, an eye for an eye. He probably thought she had information about how his son died that would take him in a different direction. Doesn't really matter because his motivation changed once Brenda left Rome to come to Port Charles. Once she was under my protection, we were gonna get married. Theo's focus shifted. I got under his skin, right? Stakes went up. This became bigger than Brenda.
Could make sense.
Yep.
No, Theo's not used to being challenged. He's not used to coming up against somebody who has as much power as he does.
Right. I remember having conversations, with Theo, and he would say, how arrogant I was, and I guess he wanted to teach me a lesson. He dropped hints about fathers avenging sons. He was taunting me. He wanted me to figure it out. However this pursuit of Brenda started, Theo's in it now to torture me.
Your husband will not protect you. You will tell me where to find my grandson.
You are delusional. Just like your son was.
Your son, who just took everything he wanted with no regard for anyone else.
What did he say? Let me explain the situation to you. Your only hope for survival is to help me find my grandson. If you don't, you will die.
Look, when I thought Alexander went to New York after Brenda, I thought it was because he went there to stalk her. Like, he just didn't know how to take no for an answer. But maybe he was watching her. Maybe he knew she was pregnant. Maybe Theo knew she was pregnant. Maybe he didn't find out until he was investigating Alexander's death. Either way, he thinks that Brenda gave the kid away, and his grandchild is out there somewhere. He wants Brenda's baby, Alexander's son, the last link he has to his own child.
Okay, I'm gonna play devil's advocate.
Okay.
Maybe it isn't that complicated and you're overthinking this. Maybe Theo's a sadist and he just gets off on toying with Brenda and he just wants Brenda and the people around her to suffer.
Look, Abby, thank you for inviting me to your apartment, and I'd like to go.
But
Look, I think it'd be best, easier if we just keep our meetings public.
okay,
You're upset.
not at all. You know what? I apologize for putting you on the spot.
No, you didn't.
Look, Michael, I get it. You know, you want to keep things casual between us.
No, Abby, that's not what I'm trying to say at all.
Look, Michael, it's understandable for me if you don't feel that way about me. Let's be real, okay? I'm older and an ex-stripper who was in a long-term relationship with an abusive pig who can't even manage to land a legitimate job. I mean, you have endless potential, and you're trying to just get your life back on track. I am completely inappropriate.
Who are you talking to?
What? You?
No, you're talking to some idea of who I'm supposed to be. Like if I get into Harvard and row in the varsity crew, that somehow Pentonville and all that crap that happened to me will somehow magically vanish. That you being in my life will somehow throw that off track, and that is so far from the truth, it's laughable. Look, and you of all people should know that, Abby. The problem isn't you, it's me.
Hi.
Hey.
Will you make sure that Steve gets this?
Yeah, sure.
Hey, thanks for dropping off Aiden. I'm sorry I missed you.
Yeah, I wanted to stay and chat for a little bit, let you know what Aiden's been up to, but...
But what?
Well, Brooklyn was there, and things were just a little strange. She's compelled to tell me how your house is her house.
Really? She said that?
Nicholas, that girl wants to attach herself to your bank account in a permanent way. And every time I show up there with Aiden, she doesn't see me as the mother of your child. She sees me as a threat.
Okay, maybe you misunderstood her? Or?
It's funny, that's what I was gonna tell you. Yeah, she can't wait to tell me how important she is to you and how she can get you to do whatever it is that she wants, which is to force me and Aiden out of your life. I didn't intend on having this conversation with you because I know it's your personal business. But I have to be honest with you. You and Aiden would be better off if she wasn't around.
Look, maybe I should start over. Look, Abby, you are amazing and beautiful, inside and out. I never met anyone who instantly got me the way that you do. And you're my best friend, no question, but there's more. I want to be with you. I think about it a lot. And how it feels to hold you, to kiss you. But I'm still a mess inside. I still get mad and I fly off the handle and I want to smash somebody. And I don't want to be in a situation with you where things can go terribly wrong. I didn't make it any better, did I? It was...
Who are you talking to? Some idea in your head of a fragile little flower who has no insight into what you've been through? Or the baggage that you carry? I'm not afraid of you, Michael. I have never felt safer with anyone. In my body, in my heart. And it's a wonderful thing. I mean, my soul feels free. And I want that experience. Our experience, no matter how it plays out. No expectations. Just us. Going wherever we go.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
So what are you up to? You guys have something fun planned for tonight?
Falls into place if you think about it. Showdown between me and Theo. It's not a random thing. Let's take the limo explosion. He was recreating Lily's death. He wanted me to think I had just watched Brenda blow up. Like my first wife.
So he wanted you to suffer emotionally.
He wanted to cut me off at the knees. He wanted to paralyze me so I couldn't function and retaliate.
Which means he knows a lot about you personally.
He does, because he would always talk about how thoroughly he researched me.
Okay, so where does Brenda fit in?
Brenda's a means to an end. Do you understand how much this kills me, that my enemy is using my wife against me? This was not supposed to happen.
Sonny, we do what we can. We both should have learned that by now.
I know about ego, Jason. I know how it strips away your humanity. It's all about the win. I know how Theo thinks. And I know what drives him. And the fact that he's got Brenda scares the hell out of me.
If you hurt me, you will die by the hands of Sonny Corinthos, and I think you know that.
You think your husband is invincible, don't you?
I do. Yes.
Your hero,
Yes.
big bad Sonny Corinthos, is clawing up the nearest wall by now. I just made his darkest, most painful history repeat itself. And this is just the beginning. Soon he will be confined to a mental ward, whimpering for his mommy. He will not come to your rescue.
If you take me to him now, or if you just let me go right now, I promise you, I will make sure that Sonny never hurts you. I can do that. Sonny listens to me.
Don't waste your breath. Your pleas fall on deaf ears. There's no turning back.
Okay. So no one knew about the baby until the wedding day. But Theo's been trying to grab Brenda for months. So just, you have to clarify. There is no baby, right? She lost it.
I don't know. I can't swear to that.
So you're saying that Brenda could be lying?
Look, there was nothing more important to Brenda than keeping that baby safe. So, yeah, I wouldn't put it past her to lie about it. Maybe even to Sonny.
Yeah, but on her wedding day in front of all those people?
Look, she didn't want anyone to know where to find this baby. So, she didn't want anyone to know there was a kid, let alone anyone know where it is.
I don't know. I think this is a lot of speculation.
Well, look, my mother is one of the most honest people I know. I mean, almost to a fault, as my family, but she lied to my face my entire life to protect me. I can totally see Brenda doing the same thing to protect her own child.
I just left messages for Alexis and Agent Bates.
Agent Bates? Why bother?
He's a connection.
Well, whose regard for me is less than zero.
Well, he doesn't have to like you to help you.
Everyone's not like you, Lucky. Some people hold their grudges dear.
No, I put my ass on the line for Interpol. I was undercover as Ronan O'Reilly with no prep and no lead time, so he owes me.
Okay, well, what can he do?
Call somebody? I don't know, arrange for some kind of protected status. I mean, it's on record that you've been targeted by a known criminal. We could make the case that your life would be at risk outside Port Charles jurisdiction.
I see a flaw in your argument.
Why am I not surprised?
The last known location of the criminal in question is right here in Port Charles.
I can't believe you're doing this.
Being a realist?
No, being a coward.
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
It's just like a pattern with you or something.
Are you calling me predictable?
Yeah, in certain infuriating ways, yes. It's like you turn tail and run when you should stand firm.
The United States government has ordered me to pack up and leave. I'd hardly call that running.
You're just giving up that fight.
Well, that's you assuming. I'll fight. You think it's worth it?
Don't you?
Okay. We're gonna take on the United States government with all its might and glory. Where do we start?
Well, I have some thoughts, but, there's something I need to take care of something first.
Look, I apologize if Brooklyn made you feel unwelcome in my home. I'll speak to her about it right away.
She's just gonna make me look like the bad guy.
Hey, I'm not as easily manipulated as it may seem here. Come on.
I don't know about that.
Okay, is this the part where I start to feel insulted, or?
I'm sorry, it just drives me absolutely crazy to see this girl take advantage of you. She's all about the money. Come on, think about it. When she showed up here, she was broke. Her Quartermain trust fund doesn't kick in for years. She took a job with Carly to seduce Dante, to get him away from Lulu, and then you showed up. And now she's living in a castle, wearing designer clothing, hobnobbing with the rich and famous. Why are you letting this happen? It's almost like you're settling for her because you feel like you don't deserve a real relationship.
Elizabeth, I wish that you and Brooklyn got along better. But you're both entitled to your own opinions of each other, which is negative. Isn't going to change anytime soon. I accept that. But you need to accept that Brooklyn is in my life because I want her there. I'm sorry, will you just please make sure Steve gets that stuff? Thank you.
Look, Mom, Abby and I were in the middle of something, so...
Oh, I'm sorry. Who called who, though?
Well, I called you, but I didn't mean for you to track me down.
I wasn't tracking you down. I came here for the french fries. But if you guys would like to have something to eat and talk, that'd be great.
Mom, I don't think so.
Well, I'm glad I ran into you. How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
I'm glad. I'm glad you're doing better.
Thanks. I'm gonna head out, I think.
You want to finish talking?
I know I'm pretty beat, though. But I heard you, okay?
I heard you, too.
Good to see you.
You too.
Okay, bye.
She's a nice girl.
Thanks a lot, Mom.
What did I do now?
Well, let's just say you being supportive is almost as bad as you trying to run Abby off.
Oh. I can't win with you. So, Michael, what do you want to talk about?
Yeah, that. Well, look, it's over now, so you don't need to get all crazy or anything.
What happened? Spit it out.
One of Balkut's men posed as an orderly and tried to kill Sean in the hospital. I followed him, and Dante showed up and arrested him.
Oh. I'm guessing there's a pretty big gap there between following him and Dante arresting him. You want to tell me the rest? I'll just go ask Jason.
Okay, Mom, I fought him, all right? I helped Dante take him down, and as you can see, not a scratch on him.
Michael? Well, I'm grateful that you're fine. That's not the point. You can't keep doing things like this. I mean, forget the danger element. You're on parole.
Your Mom, we got a link to Theo. Doesn't that count for anything?
Okay, great. You're brave. I love that about you. But Michael, you can't do things like this. You're not a cop. Catching the suspect is not your job.
I'm on this toilet, son of a bitch.
I think I know what Theo is.
Theo finally made a mistake. He took on the wrong guy. I'm gonna crush that piece of garbage, and I'm gonna bring him to his knees. And then I'm gonna kill him, bring him to the other families, so they can see what happens if you dare come after me or my family.
Okay, that's too much info.
You said you figured something out.
I think Theo thinks that Brenda's baby's still alive. That she gave it up for adoption in Africa, and now she's the only thing standing between him and a family reunion.
So once Theo realizes that Brenda really did lose the baby, there's no reason for him to keep her alive.
You're gonna have a heart-to-heart with your son.
Which son?
Michael. But he seems to be doing a lot better than you right now. Any word on Brenda?
No, nothing.
Talk to me.
You want to hear what I got to say?
I always want to hear what you have to say.
I don't. First Michael, now Brenda, and I don't feel like I have control.
Waiting's the hardest part, huh?
And I keep telling myself that they're gonna find Brenda, you know, she's gonna be alive, Theo's gonna be terminated. We're gonna go off on our honeymoon or do whatever we're gonna do. I try to focus, put one foot in front of the other, but the thoughts, they don't stop.
Okay, don't sit here in the dark and drink.
No,
and blame yourself for Theo. Please don't start doing that.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, I told Brenda that I was gonna protect her, and now some maniac has her, so I don't know, you know.
Yeah, but
obviously it's my fault.
Theo has been fixated on Brenda long before she came back into your life.
But she came back, and instead of putting her somewhere where Theo couldn't get her, I asked her to stay here and marry me. I don't want to lose her.
Hey. Hi. How are you? Are you okay?
Assassin can never be too prepared.
I thought you were just a servant. Oh. Ow.
Servant for now and assassin in training. It's only a matter of time.
Until what?
The blade speaks.
Yes, clearly.
Look, Mr. Big must know by now that I contacted Mr. Corinthos on your behalf. I expect retaliation.
Yes, this is exactly the reason why you need to go back to Sonny right away and tell him exactly what it is that you know and where we are. I mean, I don't think that Theo plans on keeping either one of us alive for much longer.
What? What do you know? Did he tell you something?
I don't know anything. He wants something from me. He wants information.
Well, tell him everything immediately. He has ways.
Listen, you understand? You know, your family, right? Or your girlfriend, your dog. Do you have a plan?
I live for my calling.
Oh, okay, exactly. So you live for your calling. You know, and this means everything to you, right? Look, I don't think you and I are that different. I mean, no one's ever really loved me. And I've never really loved anyone or anything until Sonny. And all I've ever really wanted was to be married to him. And something just always goes wrong for me.
Same with me and the blade.
Exactly. And now I'm married to him and Theo's grabbed me and...
I should have never left Philadelphia.
Listen, if you go to Sonny and you tell him exactly where we are right now, he will protect you, I promise. And he'll be kind to you. He could give you a good life.
Okie doke.
What are you protecting me from? What are you protecting me from? Me? You? I don't know. I don't need you to protect me because the thing is, I know what I want. I know what I want. Why can't you just give it to me? Please, can you just... I know what I want and I've been making decisions for a very long time. Oh my God. No. You cannot keep sneaking in on people like that.
Sorry. You okay? Need a paper bag to breathe through, or?
No, I'm not having a panic attack. I'm okay.
All right. Well, that's good to know.
Yeah,
What are you having there?
You don't want to know.
Well, yeah,
No,
I do.
you
I'm
don't
asking,
wanna
aren't I?
You are, but you're going to regret that. You are going to regret that. So just remember this moment because, okay, you see this? This is all weeks. No, actually, it's months. Months of pent-up frustration. I was trying to distract myself. I was trying to pretend like I wasn't feeling things, but, you know, I went running, I went exercising, I did everything, and I can't stop thinking about you. I just can't. You're driving me crazy. And I really, really want to have sex with you tonight. What? Don't smirk at me. No, don't.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because look, I don't need you to protect me. I don't need to be protected from you or from me or from whatever. You know, I get that. You're my boss. I get that. But I think that we should just do this. Let's just do this. And we can let everything else fall into place because or not. Or not. Let's not. Because you're just standing there just looking gorgeous. And it's just, you know, I just,
Quiet.
Hey.
Good, the night is finally getting better.
How's it going?
It's going all right. How are you doing?
Listen, I came by just to let you know or make you aware of something that might happen soon.
Okay.
Siobhan is staying in the States on a travel visa, and it's about to expire. And unless her appeal is granted, she'll have to leave the country by the end of the month.
Oh, well, that's too bad. I'm sure you'll be sorry to see her go.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Ireland's not real safe for her right now. So we're trying to figure out a way that she can stay in the country.
Well, what can you do about it if the government doesn't want her to be here?
I can marry her.
Hey, you. I didn't expect to see you so soon.
I don't like the idea of you being here alone.
I'm fine.
Oh, you're fine.
I am.
That's what you always say.
I'm always right.
Are you?
So,
Yeah.
what's going on out in the big bad world?
Spinelli's tracking information that we got from Sean about Theo's holding company, and once we get an address, we can maybe figure out where he's actually keeping Brenda. But until then, it's just a holding pattern.
It's the worst.
Seeing you on that gurney,
Nurse Weber, report to pediatrics.
that was the worst.
Nurse Elizabeth Weston to pediatrics.
But you're okay.
I am.
And I'm not going to think about it. I just want to be here with you.
Well, that is very sweet. I have some good news.
I could use that right now.
I'm getting out of here tomorrow.
What? Are you sure it's not too soon? You don't
No,
want to
yes,
push it.
I'm sure. Patrick told me that I was good to go. He said that I would probably experience some severe headaches or something from the concussion, but he was just warning me. So, no, I'm warning you. Don't panic.
Okay. You know, I still have the offer on the table.
Oh, yeah.
Have you decided what you want to do to celebrate when we get you out of here?
Why put off till tomorrow what we can do right now?
Oh, hey, thanks for coming in.
Well, contrary to what your father may think, Brenda means much more to me than a fundraising tool for my charity organization. I'll do anything I can to put this nightmare to an end. That being said, I have spent a total of 20 minutes with Theo Hoffman when I thought he was her lawyer. I'm not sure how much help I can be.
You were with Brenda when she lost the baby in Africa, right?
Yes. Why?
I think that's why she was kidnapped.
I don't follow.
It's been in front of us the whole time. I just had to get inside the heads of the parties involved, but Theo Hoffman, Alexander's father, thinks that Brenda's baby survived and he's looking for his grandkid.
Lucky, you've made it very clear I get no say in your life, but it's really hard for me to keep quiet when I see you rushing headlong into the same old traps.
What are you talking about?
There's a very sweet side of you that can't resist riding to the rescue of a damsel in distress. And if you need proof, just look at us.
I don't see the comparison there.
And the fact that you can't see it tracks as well. Lucky, think of this logically. I mean, if you're marrying Siobhan to keep her in the country, that's committing fraud. The government doesn't like that. You could get in a lot of trouble. You can even lose your badge. And over what? Some girl you barely know?
Is that what you're really worried about?
You've been protecting her against some dangerous criminal. I mean, that's all heightened reality. I know, I've been a part of it. But sharing an adrenaline experience, that doesn't mean you know somebody. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Boring, everyday, ordinary time.
I can't win. You know? I mean, we had tons of time together. You know? Through formative years. And then at some point in our relationship, you couldn't trust me anymore. And then there was a time where I couldn't trust you. I mean, we've known each other for years. Elizabeth, where did it get us?
Okay, well, what about the boys?
What about them?
Well,
Well, if you're gonna marry Siobhan, are you expecting her to hang out and be with Jake and Cameron? Because I'm not comfortable with that.
Look, hopefully her appeal will be granted and we won't even have to go there. I just want to let you know that if the only way for her to stay in the country is for me to marry her, then I'm gonna do it. And I wanted to be the one to tell you as opposed to someone else, you know?
Thank you.
You still think I'm not interested?
Drink up, take it in. I saw you looking, so let's not pretend. Hey Jack, I'm on to you. I know what you're thinking. I know what to do. No regrets, no could have beens. Maybe downstairs I might just let you in. 'Cause I got what you want, I got what you want, I got what you want. 'Cause I got what you want, I got what you want, I got what you want. Will you just enjoy the view? Or can you man up? Will you make a move?
I guess this is where you tell me I told you so.
Would I do that?
Well, you kept telling me not to marry Brenda and that, you know, it would end badly. And
I was afraid for you. Thank you. I didn't want Brenda to hurt you. I thought she had had an affair and a baby with your son, and I thought if you found that out after you married her, it would destroy you worse than anything I ever had. And I wasn't gonna let that happen.
thank you, I guess.
What I neglected to take into consideration was how much you loved Brenda. And I'm sorry about that. You're gonna find her. You're gonna find Brenda, and you're gonna bring her home, and you guys are gonna have the life you always wanted. And I'm gonna be really happy for you.
Why so nervous, Jules?
1,000 pardons, mon capitaine. I didn't see you. You startled me.
Nerves are often the manifestation of a guilty conscience. Psychology texts tell us that a full confession often relieves the burden. Is there something you wish to confess to me, Jules?
Do you know for a fact that Brenda's baby died?
Yes. I was there through the whole terrible ordeal.
Can you walk me through it?
Well, she spiked a very high fever. She was showing malaria-like symptoms. She was delirious for 2 days, and during that time, she lost the baby. When she came out of the delirium and we told her, she was devastated. The baby was buried in Africa.
Yeah, that's what Brenda said.
Because that's what happened.
No, I mean exactly, like to a T. Like it's some cover story you rehearsed. Like maybe Brenda convinced you to lie for her.
Not true.
Look, I knew Brenda for 2 weeks, and I was willing to lie for her. You worked with her for what, 3.5 years? Look, if you're covering for Brenda, if you know more about this baby than you're saying, you need to tell me now, before it's too late.
I don't even get this. They're just staring at each other, standing in the rain, getting wet. I don't...
They don't care. They love each other.
That's nice.
I had a feeling that you'd approve.
Cooked for me?
Well, I thought it was the least I could do before I have to head back to Ireland.
You're not going back to Ireland. It's not safe. And besides, I don't want you to.
We don't always get what we want. I mean, if my appeal is denied, there's nothing more that we can do.
It's not true. There's another option. We've talked about it.
Well, it's one thing to talk about something in the abstract, but... like when you're bragging about jumping over the Skilligs Ravine over a pint. I mean, it sounds like a grand idea when you're in the pub, but you're standing over the edge of that precipice looking down at 500 feet of rocky death.
Unfortunately, what we're considering isn't nearly so life-threatening. I think it's time we stop dancing around this, okay? If your appeal is denied, I want you to marry me.
Are you sure?
It's a green card marriage. How much trouble can it cause?